Well, we're day 3 now. Rob's up, giving it another turn. I think there'll be one more turn and then hopefully we can bail Wednesday. I'm trying to rope in a few helpers for that day to get all these bales in. I very much doubt we're going to be able to get the sled to leave it in 8s just because of this field. So we're probably going to end up dropping them out singles, which just means there's a lot of driving and communication as you throw them on the back as someone drives along. Right, I'll leave Rob to finish up. He's going to do up there above the other side of the water. That's about 2 acres up there. I've not been around there, but it looks like it's drying okay. Probably take a little bit longer. That faces east, whereas all of this gets the sun all day. But hopefully another day or 2 days, and this will be bailed. I did a test run with the trailer through here this morning and it bottomed out where the dog is now. So I've had the digger along and I've been grading this track anyway. This is all going to be put back to grass, same overseeded this year, but I just wanted to make sure it's smooth coming through this way. Oh, I only came down here for a couple of minutes. Look what I've just spotted. They're not meant to be up there.
Well, today we're trying to get rid of all the hay that's been on the floor. Ooh, find some creepy crawlies. And then we can put some pallets down, ready for the new hay.
No gutters on this barn and a sloping floor. The bottom got soggy. So probably the first half, maybe 20 bales were completely wasted. Well, I say completely wasted. What we've done is taken the dumper, loaded them in there because that's the only way we can get anything across the brook at the moment. Because that's 4-wheel drive and up high, the trailer would just bog down. So we've taken them over and dumped them under the trees around where the pigs have been. Because all of this, although it's just dry grass, all the grass seeds are in there. So of course, the pigs will toss it around and those grass seeds will just sow in and kind of reseed where the pigs have been. Once the pigs are off, this will kind of mulch down over winter and it should be good. Where we fed on the ground with the lambs over winter, it's probably the best grass in the whole field because it just reseeds itself. Right, it's game on. Joe's going to bring down the sheep trailer and the truck. I'll take the flatbed and the tractor. Rob's bailing and he wants us pretty close behind him just so we can start clearing it. Otherwise it's all going to get in his way. Just clip my automatic gate opener. We got ourselves a convoy. Right, like all things bailing, didn't really plan. Well, you try and plan, and then the weather's against you or something breaks down or whatever. But anyway, we're back on it now. I'd say we have probably stacked a quarter and Rob's just baling the lower half now. All of this top half's done. We're gonna get both trailers loaded, the sheep trailer and the flat trailer, and then go up and get those stacked in the barn first. So there's Rob chugging away up over that hill. We're gonna try and stack the top. We're gonna try and stack the top hill before it gets too laden on the trailer. Now, some of these bales under the tree are probably a little bit dodgy, so we'll hold those off. We won't put them in the same stack, but the rest of them are super dense. I don't know if it's Rob's baler, but it's packing them so tight. So they're weighty, but they are dry. You making a mess? What was it?
Facing bets or
What did you say? What you said 250, didn't you?
Yeah.
No. I reckon
you said
290.
Oh, you were close. 283. I got
What was it?
Clock.
And none of them split, did they?
No, I had two, but
Yeah.
I rebailed them. So yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Happy?
Very good. Morning all, we're back on the hay and it went okay last night. It was a bit of a all hands on deck, no plan of action, but we got in a good probably 2/3 of it, maybe just under that. But Joe and I are going to try and finish it off this morning. Bit achy, but you know, that is what it is. There's probably 2 more of the flat trailers in it. We're actually using the truck with the trailer now, although the tractor is fine in the field and all the way back. This last slope coming up, because it's only 2-wheel drive and there's not much weight on the front, it was skidding a bit. So fortunately Rob was behind when we had the first big load, so he just gave it a shunt from behind. But we're going to go back down with the truck, and that worked well last night. That's how the evening ended.
Toasty on my legs.
You didn't bring gloves?
Nope.
All right, the cat's been trying out the new furniture. Is it a good crop for you, Margot? Sorry, darling. Hello. You're going to need to move in a minute. The higher we go, the better it is, because it just means they're further away from the opening at the front, so the rain can't catch them. I think we went 1 or 2 higher than this last year. just like that, it's another year done. I feel like we're kind of getting used to what to expect, and this should be about the right amount for what we need, unless we change numbers or livestock in an unexpected way. So there's about 300 bales here, and that's probably a little more than what we had last year. Remember, last year we shared it with a neighbour because that's how we baled up. They did the work and we split it. So the difference this year is that we've got them up high, they're on pallets, and hopefully it's going to store a bit better. You can't really make it out, but the whole of these, the pallets go all the way to the back, and these are a couple of the old bales left in front. So I was a little bit conscious that some of these were heavier than last year, and while the last thing you want is them to be too damp, I don't think they were. I think that Rob's machine just really nice and neatly packed them. If I show you a couple from last year, well, that one's split, but here you can see the slack in the strings. They were like that the day that they were baled. They haven't really shrunk or anything, and it's all quite loose, which means you can move them around easy, but they are not quite the same density of hay. So I reckon there's probably the equivalent of, I don't know, another 40 bales in this if you were baling it like last year. Now, of course, that field had never been grazed since we've been here because there's simply no fencing around it. And prior to us, I think it did have next door's cattle on it sometimes, but a poor quality grass. Great nature-wise, great, you know, lots of diversity, loads of weeds and all sorts in there. But from a hay perspective, not great. It should be fine for the goats and the sheep. They're not quite as fussy as some other livestock, yet it really needs a little bit of work down there. Most of that we can do but just by getting livestock down there. So as soon as it's fenced, we can start getting the sheep and the goats down there. They'll help, and then regular topping and trying to just cut down on the number of thistles. Some of these bales are pretty packed full of thistles and nettles, which as long as they eat them, that's fine. But that's probably why it took a little bit longer to dry. There we go, that is hay 2023 done. We couldn't have done it without the help of everyone. Of course, Rob coming and doing all the contracting side of things, but also we really had to rope in a few last minute favours to come and get it all on the trailers, get it brought back up here before any sight of rain, because there was a bit of a window. And you'll know, especially if you're in kind of the rural landscape at the moment, that we just had this crazy heat wave beginning of September, and people are baling hay. There's people cutting and baling this week, which is just a bit bonkers. But that's what it is. It's just opportunist. We've got to get it done while we get it done. This was, I can't remember when it was, late August we were, so a couple of weeks back. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.